Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Reho Fooks. Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein.
Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock came out a little bit earlier, and it was a lot more of the same. It did not impress me. It really didn't impress our reviewer. It was not an impressive game. But now Rock Band 3 comes out, and in a lot of ways I think you could argue that this is also more of the same in some ways. But in a way, this is kind of a return to the first Guitar Hero for me, like the feeling that I got from this. And so my argument is that even though you're introducing more instruments than you ever had in the first Guitar Hero, I had to start on easy for so many of these instruments. For picking up the new guitar, for picking up the keyboard.
Certainly keyboards, yes.
I had to play on easy again, and that's what I loved about the first Guitar Hero. Whereas Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, they're trying to capture that awesome guitar-centric riff style.
It feels more like a booster pack than anything with Guitar Hero, but Rock Band is really like, what can we do to take this stuff to the next level?
And they definitely did. Like now, these are new instruments in a way. Like I'm familiar with the keyboard. I know how to play piano. I know a little bit about real guitar. But looking at it in the context of this game, it was completely foreign to me, and I had to start on easy. I didn't even want to play guitar or piano with a group until I could get into the trainers and just kind of mess around with them and play some songs on my own.
I felt the same way. I felt kind of bad just jumping into like pro mode and playing on hard, because I was like, I should really do this on my own first to at least get a grips for how things work. But if you do play it with regular mode, it does come off a lot like playing a guitar just with regular colors.
Does she walk? Does she talk? Does she come complete? My homeroom angel always pulled me from my seat. She was pure like snowflakes, no one could ever stain. The memory of my angel could never cause me pain. Years go by, I'm looking through a girly magazine, and there's my home angel on the pages in between. My blood runs cold, my memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold, angel is the centerfold. My blood runs.
There are two ways to play keyboard. You can either play it like it's a guitar without the strum bar on your right hand, or you can play it like it's a real keyboard. And I think that the way that they have the note tracks lined up on screen is really intuitive. I'm used to reading regular just sheet music, and so looking on screen and seeing the note tracking, like it's really intuitive, and I felt that even as someone who's used to reading music, I was able to pick it up, and you're able to go along with this one-handed and understand exactly what the game wants you to do, even though it has a full octave range or 2-octave range on screen at one time. That's really crazy that it's able to get that across for someone who is either not used to music at all or who's used to a completely different way of reading music.
Yeah, it seems to be that they're almost going the opposite route, where they're positioning Rock Band as a tutorial now, more so than just like a party game, which is excellent because I kind of always been getting in and out of playing guitar and playing piano, so I could see this as a way to really just like get stuck in and learn the guitar again.
It makes it a lot more approachable, I guess. But you don't like the guitar so much. We didn't get a lot of time with the new Fender Mustang in the office. I liked it.
I've been calling it the rubber band guitar.
It is very twangy.
Yeah.
Like for the Guitar Hero instruments, you have that very loud, horrible like click, click, click all the time. And this one you have like a rubber band twang.
Yeah, it's just like the feel of it isn't right. You're definitely plucking something that isn't a string, and it doesn't really hide it that well. The buttons were all right, but I don't know if they're as responsive as I'd like them to be.
I think they're responsive. I guess the problem is that you don't have that same feel of a guitar. Like it is totally different because each fret is basically a button.
There's no real divide between them.
And there's no connecting string. Like you get used to it. It takes several songs before you're able to get that feel under your fingers. But just because you're really good at guitar doesn't mean you're automatically going to pick it up first thing and play into it. And the other thing that makes it hard is that when the notes are scrolling up, you're not just playing individual notes, you're playing chords, and it's just...
At the higher difficulties,
It kind of expects you to, well, once you hit medium, it's like if you don't know how to play guitar, you have to go through the tutorials, you have to go through the trainer to be able to just do anything in this. So Mad Catz has, a horrible reputation, which they've been slowly fixing over the years. Ever since the new fighting sticks came out, I think that they've had, really good quality, and they've proven like, hey, we can make a really decent controller. And so I wasn't quite as trepidatious as I might have been otherwise when they got the Harmonix deal and they became the official distributor for Rock Band instruments. The stuff that they put together is really solid. Like, the new keyboard is good. The guitar, while you might not like the sound of it, it feels good. And even these cymbals, like, last year they put out a different cymbal pack, which was absolute crap. It was way too loud, and I'm kind of impressed by how not only how quiet these are, but how solid they are. They don't fall off. And I was really
assemble, yeah, and it has good feedback. You can get the highs and lows depending on where you're playing. So.
And we play the crap out of these things.
Yeah.
We beat these things pretty hard, and they've held up wonderfully. So one of the, I guess, smaller changes, but bigger changes is the way that they approach what you earn from the song. And it's something that I really enjoy, because most of what I play in the game is through quick play. Because you just get a party together and you're just gonna have some friends playing along with some songs. And in every other game, in Guitar Hero and any other song, you don't get anything for that. Like, that's just, if you want to progress in the career mode, that's just completely wasted time. But for the first time, Rock Band 3, you keep getting fans when you're just playing a quick play. No matter what song you're playing, no matter what instrument, if you're signed into your profile, you get fans for that. It goes towards your achievements, it goes towards all the songs that you have to complete on each difficulty, and I actually really appreciate that, because it makes it feel like, even though I'm playing with friends, I'm still making progress. Once you look at that full list of everything you can do, and like, it looks really intimidating at first. Like, I have to beat all the songs on Expert on this difficulty, and I have to beat with guitar and with keyboard. You have to beat these specific songs with this many notes. But you keep getting rewarded as you're playing through, and it kind of makes you want to go back and look and like, oh, I wasn't even trying for it, and I got all of these like little minor awards. It makes it feel rewarding even when you're not trying to be. And then when you are trying, when you are going for the career and going through the the individual venues they have set up, it makes it more fun, because you've already kind of pushed along the way. You're already halfway there.
It's getting late. Have you seen my mates? My tell me when the boys get up. It's 7 o'clock and I wanna rock. Wanna get a belly full of beer. My old man's a
So from what I've been telling my friends, it seems like the music genre in gaming is sort of dying, and I feel like the swan song, if you will, of Harmonix is the perfect send out for the Rock Band series. If they choose to go on, it might be okay, but this seems to be like the last great hurrah, where they're trying to add, like, actually teach you how to play real instruments, and then just like adding new instruments all around and closing things out with a bang. I think they've done a really great job.
It has all these little refinements that, in a normal like sports franchise or just a normal update would make it seem kind of like, a standard upgrade. But with the new instruments and this new feel that they've added onto it, I think it makes this a really, really excellent update to Rock Band. This is definitely my favorite, and if you have no interest in playing keyboard, or you have no interest in like the new drums or more difficult guitar, like, maybe you don't need to go from Rock Band 2. But if you do want something more difficult, that's not just a Guitar Hero style, like really, really hard songs with tons of buttons, and I'm gonna have to practice this really slowly to press plastic buttons. You want an actual challenge? Rock Band 3 delivers that, and that's what I wanted out of a music game, and I feel it makes you more of a real musician, or at least introduce people to a level of musicianship that they might not have had otherwise. This is the ultimate rhythm game, and it is completely deserving of an A grade. I'm happy to give it.